Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to tackle a huge shift happening in project management. It's called PM 5.0. And look, this is way more than just another new methodology. It's really a total rethink of what project success even means. So let's just dive right in. All right, let's kick things off with a question. And honestly, this should make every single project professional out there pause for a second. For decades, the answer to this was a simple, yep, absolutely. But what if I told you that a project delivered perfectly on time, perfectly on budget, could still be a complete catastrophic failure for your organization? Think about that. Because let's face it, the world projects operate in has totally changed. The old metrics, the old rules, they just don't cut it anymore. We are now dealing with a whole new level of risk, a new level of accountability, and that means we need a new way of thinking.
Yeah, this slide really lays it out perfectly. Look at the left side. We have all been drilled on the triple constraint, right? On time, on budget, to scope. But here's the thing. In today's world, that view is dangerously incomplete. Real success, true success, now has to include the long-term impact, the hidden risks, and, just clear accountability for every single decision we make along the way.
Okay, think about it like this. You make a sustainability claim. It looks amazing on paper, right? But if it's not backed up by real, solid decisions made during the project, well, that can turn into a reputational nightmare fast. And trust me, these claims are being scrutinized like never before. And it's not just sustainability either. Think about the AI systems we're all rushing to deploy. They don't just stop being a risk when you hand them over. No way. They learn, they evolve, and they can create massive ethical and regulatory problems for years, long after you've marked that project as done. So what does that mean? It means that legal and compliance risk, that's not someone else's problem anymore. The choices you, the project manager, are making today about data, about system design, about reporting, those choices are literally creating your company's legal headaches for tomorrow. Okay, so where is all this coming from? What's the root cause here? Look, it's not because people aren't smart or they don't have good intentions. It's a structural problem. It's a failure of connection, a failure of integration. You see, in most companies, everybody's stuck in their own silo. The project delivery team is over here, the sustainability team is over there, the AI experts are somewhere else entirely. But here's the kicker. The most important, most critical decisions, they're being made in the empty space, in the gaps between all those silos. And this visual just nails the problem, doesn't it? You've got PMBOK, our delivery engine, cruising in one lane. Then you've got sustainability and AI governance in their own lanes. They're all running in parallel, sure, but they are not connected. And the real danger, the real risk, is in that ungoverned space right between them. And that is exactly where PM 5.0 comes in. Now don't worry, it's not another super complex methodology you have to memorize. The best way to think about it is as a bridge that's specifically designed to connect all these critical areas and, well, close those dangerous gaps. Now, this is absolutely crucial to get. PM 5.0 does not replace the PMBOK guide. Not at all. It builds on top of it. PM 5.0 basically assumes you've already got your PMBOK skills down pat, and it adds this integration layer on top to help you handle all the new, messy complexities of modern governance. So, the main thing to remember is this. PM 5.0 is an integration framework. That's its whole purpose. It's designed to take these big abstract ideas, things like AI ethics or climate accountability, and make them real, make them tangible, make them something you can actually govern right inside the project lifecycle, exactly at the point where those key decisions are happening. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, right? But how does this actually work in practice? How does PMF 5.0 really connect the dots? Let's get into the nuts and bolts. So if we look closer at this integration model, you'll see it starts with a solid foundation, the PMBOK 8 principles. We all know those. But then it adds two really critical lenses on top of that, which give us a much more complete picture of what's going on with the project. The first of those lenses is the GPM P5 standard. What this does is it gives us a really practical way to talk about and evaluate sustainability. It takes it from being this kind of vague, fuzzy concept and turns it into a real, tangible part of the project. So what's P5? It stands for people, planet, prosperity, process, and product. Simple, right?
But these 5 dimensions are so powerful because they let project managers ask really specific, targeted questions. They help you uncover impacts that, honestly, your traditional metrics would just completely miss. It's about seeing the whole picture, not just the financial bottom line.
And all of this, it all comes together in this one tool, the PM 5.0 Canvas. Now, this is not just another template or another project plan to fill out. No, this is a decision governance tool. Its whole job is to make those invisible risks visible and to do it early when you can actually still do something about them. The Canvas forces a fundamental shift in the conversation. We're so used to asking if we delivered on time, but this forces a much bigger question. It makes you ask, if this project succeeds technically, will we still succeed ethically, legally, and reputationally? Just asking that one question, it changes everything.
All right, so let's bring this all home. What does this actually mean for you? For your job? For your career? Let's get to the so what of all this PM 5.0 stuff.
The bottom line is pretty simple, actually. Your role is evolving. It's getting bigger. You're moving from being just a coordinator of tasks to becoming an integrator of decisions. And that is a huge leap. And look, this isn't about more work. It's about more value. This is a massive opportunity because the project professionals who can connect these dots, who can link AI to sustainability, to project delivery, they're going to be indispensable. You'll be the one framing the real consequences for leadership. You'll escalate risks before they blow up. You're not just managing outputs anymore, you're governing actual, real-world outcomes. So let me leave you with this final thought. Your next project starts tomorrow. When you walk into that first meeting, ask yourself, am I here just to manage tasks, or am I here to govern consequences? Because honestly, the future of our entire profession really depends on that answer.